Hi guys, my name is Melonite. Welcome back to another video. It's gonna be a very serious video. I'm not gonna be my usual sarcastic and not very serious self. This is a very serious topic that needs to be talked about. Hair on my face. Unless you live under a rock, you will probably know who George Floyd is and what happened to him. If you don't know who George Floyd is, a quick 2-minute Google search and you'll see what's all been going on. George Floyd was... I don't know the full story. I just know that George Floyd was accused of forging a $20 bill. And he was detained by four Minneapolis cops. Keep in mind that George is black. And he was detained. One of the officers, I don't remember the name, but those of you who know the story will know who I'm talking about. One of the officers had his knee on the back of his neck on the ground for 8 to 9 minutes. Even after George said that he couldn't breathe and whatnot, the cop killed him. That his knee being on his neck is what killed him. And George was unconscious for about, I think it was 2 minutes. And the cop still had his knee on George's neck. And since then, a whole shitstorm has arisen. There have been protests, peaceful and non-peaceful, everywhere, especially in Minneapolis. Wow, what a world we live in. That's all I gotta say. The protests are for justice for George Floyd, because that cop, it took them 3 days for him to be even... I think it took them 3 days for the Supreme Court or whatever to charge him with third-degree murder and manslaughter. He's the one who killed him. Okay, I'm not too smart when it comes to different laws, but if I remember correctly, third-degree murder, it doesn't justify what he did. It should be first degree. It's basically a slap on the wrist. He's still gonna eventually be a free man. I could be wrong. If anyone knows the legal sense of it, that didn't make sense, but I think you get my point. Please correct me, because I'm kind of dumb. I'm very ignorant when it comes to that stuff. But what I do know is the other 3 cops haven't had anything. And one of them even was recording on their phone, if I remember correctly. Basically, making them a big part of the crime. All of them should be charged with first-degree murder. And they haven't. And that's why people are upset. That's why people are protesting and rioting. Because they want justice. The man was innocent. He shouldn't have been killed. If I remember correctly, I think I read somewhere that it was proven that the $20 bill was a real $20 bill. And I could be wrong, but either way, an innocent black man was killed. Let's switch roles here. Say a white guy was being accused of this same crime, forgery. He would just get put in a cop car and a slap on the wrist and he's good to go. But no, a black man had to die. Because that's the society we live in. It's ridiculous. It's gotten so bad, and the government has... Trump and our government hasn't been dealing with it very well, at all. Trump sent the National Guard. I'm not even gonna get started on Trump's tweets. Because he said some things that are in... say one of his tweets were, "Once the looting starts, the shooting starts." And that term was coined back in 1967 by, I think, some white attorney general that was a segregationist, if I remember correctly. Again, correct me in the comments, please. I'm too pissed off to really think right now. It's gotten so bad that Anonymous has come back from 3 years of being in the shadows. 3 to 6 years, I can't remember. Of being in the shadows, just to call him out. I don't know who Anonymous is. Anonymous is a hacktivist group. It's not just one person. It's lots of people who know what they're doing. They hack. They've been known to hack into government files and government thingy-majigs and release information that the people need to know. Like, just yesterday, they hacked into the Minneapolis Police Department website, took it down, and revealed that there is stuff that they saw that isn't pretty. And how corrupt they are, and stuff that's been swept under the rug that needs to be brought back to light. Anonymous coming back is the best thing that could have happened right now. They also have plans on looking into Trump, too. And if I read the tweets correctly, I think I'm getting this wrong, but I think they tweeted out that, actually, I'm gonna double check this. Also, something to add on while I'm searching for this. In Louisville, Kentucky, which isn't very far away from where I live, there was a protest going on, and one of the cops turned their body cam off and shot someone. And apparently it's not the first time they've done that. And they wonder why we're upset. This is also on their Twitter page. Anonymous retweeted. If I remember, I will put their Twitter page in the description. They retweeted this guy. I don't know how to pronounce his name. They killed another unarmed black man in Louisville this morning, and they are not reporting on it. His name is David McAtee? I don't know. Spread the word. Yes. Apparently he was killed. They wonder why we're protesting, and they wonder why we're so upset. This is why! Sweeping all of this under the rug, like it's no big deal. It is a big deal! According to Anonymous themselves, Trump has declared martial law, the Constitution is suspended, and Congress and Senate is now null. The US has fallen into a Trump dictatorship. Every country is now on alert right now. America's falling apart at the seams. Oh my god, this is so much worse than I thought. Another one of their tweets. There are several scripts circulating the internet to wane down US public anger and cut support for those in the streets. 1. Claim external forces are responsible. 2. Racial division, quote, I saw white people start it. And 3. Pushing the Vote for X Instead campaign. Trust Anonymous. They know what they're talking about. They know what they're doing. Anonymous even found out that Trump is currently hiding in a fucking bunker before anyone else found out. Anonymous is hitting the US government from all vectors right now. Police departments nationwide are monitoring their cybersecurity, and Trump is very agitated about the Epstein case resurfacing after investing so much time and money to kill the story, among other things. You can't hide from Anonymous. Found what I was looking for. We've been stating for years that Trump was heavily involved with Epstein and his child sex trafficking. As other accounts have shown, Anonymous has multiple accounts. We've had receipts for a long time. If anyone cares to scroll back in time, look up #OP-Death-Eaters. Dictator Trump assumes absolute control of the United States with the Bible at hand. The world just got a hell of a lot darker. Convince me that America hasn't become a dictatorship within 3 days. Change my fucking mind. Okay, I can't find the exact tweet I was looking for, but regardless, I told you guys the important points. America has officially become a dictatorship within 3 days. We're only minutes from an anarchy. This is the new doomsday clock. And if you don't know what a doomsday clock is, I'll look it up for you. Throwback the marching band last year. That was our theme, doomsday clock. The doomsday clock is a symbol that represents the likelihood of a man-made global catastrophe, maintained since 1947 by the members of the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientist. The clock is a metaphor for threats to The clock is a metaphor for threats to humanity from unchecked scientific and technical advances. Dear God, I can't speak. The clock represents the hypothetical global catastrophe as midnight, and the Bulletin's opinion on how close the world is to a global catastrophe as a number of minutes to midnight adjusted in January of each year. The clock's original setting in 1947 was 7 minutes to midnight. It has been set backwards and forwards 24 times since then, the largest ever number of minutes to midnight being 17 in 1991, and the smallest 100 seconds, or a minute and 40 seconds, in January 2020. I know it said that the doomsday clock was based on the threats of nuclear war and climate change and all that stuff, but I feel like this may play a factor in it. The fall of a democracy of a mother country, or a superpower country, which is the US, and the rise of a new dictatorship, which will be us, which will cause World War III. We're gonna die. America is in its own form of the doomsday clock, and time is just ow, my shoulder. Time is just ticking faster and faster. Who knows what's gonna happen? I know this video is a bit more serious than what I normally do. I mean, I've done quite a few serious videos in the past, but this is probably the most serious I've ever been. If you're going to protest, please do it safely. Do a quick Google search on what you should wear, and for the love of God, please protect your identity. Cover your face. Wear goggles or something, in case you get tear gassed or something. Just protect yourselves, please. And some final thoughts. Why does race matter? We're all human in the end. We just happen to look different. I mean, racism shouldn't be a thing. I thought we grew up. But no, we didn't. We evolved backwards. Again. Remember Trayvon Martin? Yeah, there was an uproar about that. There was also an innocent black man shot by a white cop. Don't stop saying their names. Race doesn't matter. We're all human. We're all the same species of human. Again, we just look different. It shouldn't fucking matter. If you believe that racism doesn't fucking exist, grow a pair of balls and spend 2 minutes on the internet. Racism is a very real thing. It still exists, and it's still running rampant. No one is born racist. Racism is taught by other people. Racism is a choice. You choose to be racist, or you choose to be accepting. Your choice. I suggest you be smart with your choice. Hope you guys enjoyed the video.